Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Truck drivers have reported nightly violence, trees chopped down to block roads, knives used to cut through tarpaulins, and threats to the drivers themselves. But today it was them bringing traffic to a halt around Calais as they led a protest calling for the closure of the jungle migrants camp where thousands wait, seeking to come to Britain. Well, our correspondent Fatima Manji is at the port of Calais tonight. Fatima, tell us exactly what's going on.
Well, it is frustration, Matt. Those on the protest feel that the Calais camp has gotten too large and that the levels of violence that some migrants are willing to resort to in order to illegally get to Britain has escalated, and they feel afraid. This isn't a new issue, though, and it's not just a local issue. There's a political backdrop, and the Calais camp has become a feature in the French presidential election campaign. Nicolas Sarkozy, Alain Juppé, two presidential candidates, have already said that they would like to see the Treaty of Touquet reviewed. That, very simply, is the process where British border officials can check passports here, and it means the Calais camp stays here rather than in Britain. And perhaps bowing to this political pressure, the French government has already decided to close the Calais camps. The question is when, and for some, it can't come soon enough. They're calling it Operation Escargot. Farmers and lorry drivers moving at a snail-like pace to blockade a motorway they themselves are often held up on by migrants.
They walk across fields and destroy crops to reach the motorway. It's pure vandalism.
On foot, some 300 Calaisians demanding a date for the closure of the town's so-called jungle camp. So this is where the two demonstrators are meeting. On one side you've got the farm vehicles, on the other people on foot marching across. That's a mixture of people from the town, businesses and the mayor and deputy mayor. They say the town's image has been blighted and it's suffering economically.
The French government has shown they are unable to handle it. Let's do the mayor of Calais with the English government. I think it is time for Theresa May to come and find some solutions. You've got some lonely kids in the jungle. I'm fed up, to be honest, when I hear that it is a French problem to deal with.
One solution he offers up is building asylum centres in Kent.
People think you're racist. We're not racist at all. But come here, live one day or 1 week here. It can't stay like that because it's going to have a terrible end. People are going to move on their own because they feel desperate.
Patrice Depot owns a fleet of 200 lorries. He says just a few weeks ago, one of his drivers was attacked by 50 migrants who ripped through the roof.
It's like banditry. They stop our trucks violently. It's very dangerous. We're not even going to England. But for them, any truck means England.
Meanwhile, at the camp itself, up to 10,000 continue living in squalor. They were warned not to leave today to avoid clashes with Calais protesters. 23-year-old Hussein from Afghanistan has applied legally to join his brother in the UK and so doesn't want to be identified. He explains why most here resort to jumping on lorries. But a lot of people are doing it every night, aren't they?
Yeah, because they don't have another option. They have to do that. But it's very dangerous.
The stench of desperation is now exacerbated by food shortages, according to charities trying to help. Malik, who's also from Afghanistan, tells me people here are going crazy because of a lack of proper food and shelter. He's willing to be hit and pepper sprayed every night, believing even the risk of dying is better than a life lived here. They think in England lies salvation, and the inhabitants of this camp will keep trying to get there, even when they're being met with ever higher fences and ever more frustrated Calais residents. Well, it's not just about the politics on this side of the channel. Back home in Britain, in Parliament today, the Labour MP Stella Creasy, who visited the Calais camps over the weekend, brought up the issue of unaccompanied children, saying they were being forced to sleep with strange men in tents and that Britain should be doing more to protect them. The Home Secretary Amber Rudd replied that Stella Creasy may be unwittingly encouraging traffickers to bring more children to the camps. So that's the political backdrop we're talking about when we discuss the issue of the Calais camps. And I think it's safe to say that the Deputy Mayor's suggestion, the Calais Deputy Mayor's suggestion of building asylum seeker centres in Kent instead of the Calais camps might not go down too well. Matt.
Indeed. Fatima, thanks very much.
I've been getting away with it all